It is good to be whole once again. Even so, he is still a part of me, just
Right.
one that had grown beyond control.
Симулятор сироты.
Furthermore, I think I've learned mediocre
Не
poetry.
знаю.
Thank you for your help, even.
Какая-то игра по подписке Electronic Arts. В том, что ее сестру, типа, взяла королева, и она пытается ее спасти. В мире, где все правит рандом. Буквально.
Without him, I'm not the same, but with him, I'm accomplished. He says hello, by the way, even. He says he hopes to see you again, very soon.
Бля, это единственный игру, который смог ухватить во время багов с химией, когда там, блядь, в России вернулись товары, от издателей, которые съебались. А нет, не единственная игра Peugeot. Еще какая-то, блядь, игра связана с бейсболом.
He's a part of me, and I can't just throw that away. Even, may I give you some advice? Don't ignore your dark side. It's a part of you that festers if you don't address it. And in the right hands, it can have some productive uses. It's been a very strange time for us here too, even. But in saving us, you become an inextricable part of that. Wherever you go, a small part of Two Town now goes with you. And strange is good. Goodbye, even. You will always have my thanks.
And so, even went to
И исчез. О, награда. Карточка
Seymour his
есть.
eyes back. I'm positive he was dying to make eye contact with his pupils once again. Wait a minute.
Got a new card from old Matty
These are terrible.
Esquire.
I'll edit them out later.
And lo, did the number 2 come to random, and lo, it was good. Oh dear, do I ever shut up? And lo, did the number 2 inspire all to praise the Queen for twice as long. And lo, did the Queen bless us with not 1, but 2 towns, and 2 moons.
Hey, what happened? I heard a ruckus.
Long story. But I've got your eyes, Seymour.
Oh, my peepers and weepers. Oh, I've missed you so much. Ah, much better. And as for those pips, if you don't mind, it just takes a little precision, the utmost finesse, and... Done. Good as new, little buddy. Hey, my pleasure. Thank you for helping me properly see again. Not everyone would have done what you did, and old Seymour here will never forget that. So, what are you gonna do now? I know you'll find her even. You found my eyes, and they're probably way smaller than your sister, right? So, there you have it. Well, I wish you well on your next adventure. And if I could give you some semi-solicited advice, every roll of the dice matters, but not every roll counts. Anytime. Bye, even. I'll miss you, but I'm sure we'll see each other again in far-off places.
Награда. Значит, мы добавили эту... Теперь я могу крутить его до 3. Вот так сказать. Тут добавили кубик. Как вот открыть кота?
The girl was a long way from home, about to enter the land of 3. Who knew what adventures awaited her there? The answer is me. I do. I'm the narrator. But for Even and Dicey, the adventure was just beginning. And Even's sister was still out there, somewhere, lost in random.
Home, I guess.
Don't touch that!
You mustn't ever touch that odd. Ever! Never touch it again. I have it because I desire it, Odd. You're 12. There are things you don't understand yet. Anyway, forget it. Because I have something for you, Odd. Something special. No, you can't have anything. But you can earn it. Go on, try it. I had it made just for you.
Above even was one of the Queen's royal spiders, the kind that had taken away Odd on that terrifying night. They were the collectors of children who were to become Sixers.
Come on, Dicey! We can't let it get away! Hurry! She's in our sights! Not today, spider monster! You! Oh, wait! Wait! Did you see those robots? What do you mean you've seen bigger?
I always knew I was a Sixer at heart. I knew! I'll do all sorts of important work for the Queen while Bernard mops the floor.
Hey, where is Bernie?
Bernard is gone!
A Sixer child is missing! I repeat, a Sixer is missing. I can be rewarded. Special rules by the grace of the Queen.
Look! It's Bernie! From back home! Of course we should help him. He'll be eaten alive out here.
The spider seemed impossible to get into at the moment. Oh, but perhaps Bernie would know how to get to her sister. Even knew...
Come on! We've got to find him!
Только телефон сдох. Охуенно.
Yes, time was of the essence. I
Потому
was
это
done
не
anyway.
пора. В этом восклицательный знаки через всю карту видны.
Freedom was a district tearing itself apart in a three-way civil war. A murdered father, three siblings, each suspecting the other of the deed. And a giant battle droid, given to each by the Queen to settle the matter.
All bets are off when you've got a new card from old Manny Dex, Esquire.
Короче, тройной этот плюс. Ну, королевство, как не знаю. Короче, первое это болото, второе это город, третье это место, тоже город, но там, где происходит гражданская война между тремя, не знаю, королями.
Oh, hello. You've made it to Three Town, have you? Be careful here. Those triplets don't mess around. But then again, that just gives you three
тройной
good
город.
reasons to buy some cards, eh?
Город.
I could ask you the same thing. But now we're both here, and that means one thing. Let's trade cards! Let me answer that question with a question. Who could possibly dwell on the past when we've got cards in the present? So, let's trade, shall we?
Отравленными стрелами стреляет. Ну, давай. Ну, нет, есть чем. Что брать есть. Вот этот нахуй. И попробуем взять. О.
Protect the king! Protect the king! He's in danger! We have to...
I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are. This bell belonged to my family, don't you know? It still does, I suppose. It has. I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are. I suppose it is. I don't know any other way to live, you understand. It belonged to the triplets, and before then it belonged to the Lord our King of Freedom, before his murder.
Страной королевства, то есть страной город, 3 королевства и 3 короля, которые воюют друг с другом, я понял.
Royal families are like servants. They tend to expand to the size of their manor. Just so. But I'm a distant relative, far enough to stand outside the daily battles and to not choose a side. You know, I have another distant relative, a cousin of mine, that I haven't heard from in some time. Not since this cursed Civil War started. Last I heard, she was in the Duke's garden, playing nobility, eating cakes, I suppose. If I could see her again, I'd tell her that I miss her, that's all. It's silly, but you never think of the people you care about until they're no longer in your life. And it would do my heart good to know that she knows I do miss her. But it's too dangerous for me to go stumbling around a battlefield. Please excuse me.
Что-то найти.
Find them! Let none who attack the king, let none of them, where was I?
Why'd you ask, stranger? What's your motivation in all of this? Oh, how heartbreaking for you. How tragic, you poor child. Oh, heavens no. That sort of thing wouldn't interest me at all. Good grief, spying on people. I make a point of not remembering anyone I see in public. Privacy is very important to me, you understand. What with that paranoid count demanding full reports of everything everyone does every day and all. I promise it, stranger.
Fascinating, fascinating. Greetings. I'm doing a survey for the Upper Class Gazette. Do you have a moment? Splendid, splendid. I have only one question. Who do you think started this war, turning our lord, their father's castle, into a battlefield? Surely you know the story of the 3 siblings. Oh, what fun. Yes, let's. So, since you're hearing this for the first time, let me tell you about the 3 siblings involved. There's the paranoid Count up in High Bet Haven to the west. The soft and coddled Duke living in Fogwash Garden to the north. And the duty-bound and tough-as-heck Baroness living out east on Wildcard Hill. Who do you think did it? Who do you think killed their father and started this bloody civil war?
Гражданская война из-за убийства отца, то есть они родственники.
None of them? None of them? Oh, I've never heard such an opinion before. It's bold. It's direct. It's quite possibly insane. I'll write it down right here in my survey.
The attack has begun! The king must be saved!
Это сюжетное, я ему противно.
What? Identify yourself, stranger! I am Nishka, and I used to protect somebody important, I think. A ruler, maybe? Before the war. Oh, Even, you sweet child. You can't keep clinging to the past. The king's dead and gone now for years, don't you remember? What? How did you know my name? What? I've never seen you before in my The king! Protect the king from danger!
Ясно.
Oh boy,
Yes.
I can't wait to get back home. But I can't get back home without knowing the way. Or can I? Oh, hey, mister. Do you know the way to one... oh, wow. You want a hug? Okay. Woo, woo.
Wow, it's pretty cold in here and dark too.
Alive? I thought I saw one running around here recently. A young lad, boxy clothing. Can't say I did, unfortunately. But you'd better find him quick, before the Shadow Man does. Everyone knows about the Shadow Man, child. Especially children out all alone.
Ясно, теневой чувак. Это еще существует. Ой, ебать.
Kids never run around here unsupervised. That's what the Shadow Man ensures. All I know is that if a kid's missing, the Shadow Man's probably got him. As well they should. You shouldn't be afraid, child.
Я почему... А, это, наверное, бомж, блядь. Вот почему, блядь, зеленый дым, он, блядь, наверное, воняет. Он не говорит, как бомж.
Leave me alone. I'm busy. Well, good luck with that, stranger. If there's a kid running around unattended, the Shadow Man probably has him by now. Oh, you really are in over your head. Oh, you are clever, but I don't know him. Nobody does. If you stay a spell, all Margarine Took can tell you about him. The Shadow Man. He was born in the time of the first nightmare, and he lives on to this day. But not like you or I. He lives in the walls of Mulgrow Alley. And he can always see you, but you can only see him when it's dark. Snuff out the lights in Mulgrow Alley, and you'll find him there, waiting. But be warned, child. It may be the last thing you see. If he were merely a ghost, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Goodbye. I do not think we will see each other again.
You want to know about the Shadow Man? You want to know about the Shadow Man? The Shadow Man comes when night eats day. He'll come and take your child away. And you might cry, and you might pray. But the Shadow Man comes when night eats day. He don't like shine, and he don't like sun. He'll come out the walls when the daylight's done. Snuff out Mulgrow Alley's lights, then you best run, for the last night of the Shadow Man has begun.
Sounds to me like you're fixin' to go see him. I wouldn't thank me just yet.
Чока боится света, ясно. Конкретно. Тут мухи.
Dicey, over there!
Even suddenly felt like she was being watched. And to tell you the truth, I did too.
О, вот как тут люди пропали. О, видимо, спина. Ага.
Are you the Shadow Man?
I have many names, little one.
Okay, fair enough. Have you seen a little boy? About yay high?
Let me think. This one?
Oh, wow, even is that you? I'm so glad to see you. Can you believe that I'm stuck?
Let him out!
Haven't you heard the bedtime stories? I'm what goes bump in the night. I'm what comes for children when they roam a little too far from home. This is what I do. Or what I used to do anyway. Before this silly war. That may be true, but there is another truth. That if you're not afraid now, you'll soon learn to be. He's mine now. I won't be letting him go. I believe you'd call that leverage.
Что-то знакомое. Leverage.
No. No, I'm afraid that's not what I do. But I would be willing to trade. Nothing you have, child. And I suspect nothing you can bring me. That remains to be seen. But perhaps you're right. I want the same thing all of us want here. Peace. I want the triplets war to end.
Странная просьба.
Oh, I'm not. I'm the creature that moves in the dark type. But people only truly fear things that move in the dark during peace. During war, They are surrounded by greater threats all day long. And so nobody fears the Shadow Man anymore. Life is the greater horror. And they have overindulged, forgotten me. If you want me to give you Bernard, then I want you to change that.
Короче, хочет, чтобы появились его, а не войны.
I don't care how. I don't care about anything even. Except being feared by everyone again. I've watched you. I know you're a dice wielder. Silence! Don't insult me with your bloody lies! They may work on the living, but you can't deceive the Shadow Man. You alone carry the power to affect the arenas and those giant robots. Figure it out, or you will never see your precious Bernard or any other child I choose to take again. Without peace, there will be no boy, no hope, and you will never see your sister again. For you, there are currently more important questions at stake. Go, even. Bernie's fate rests on your tiny shoulders, and my hunger won't be held at bay forever.
To save Bernard from the wretched Shadow Man, Even had to end Threedom's civil war. It was a hard task, an impossible task, but she wasn't going to let her friend die. The first thing she needed was information. Perhaps some of the locals would be willing to
Получился,
share
это
what
все
they knew.
разом появились. А он исчез. Я могу еще раз выключить скрин? А, нет.
It's not fair. I can't. I won't.
That poor woman, completely mad.
I forget.
Теперь она тут.
You, I remember you. We've spoken before, haven't we? No, I don't remember much, and I'm sorry. What did you want? Oh, with the children. The 3 children. Well, something happened. There were sounds from his chambers. Was someone with him? I was his bodyguard, and I ran to look, and he was supposed to be sleeping, but... I'm sorry, it was such a shame, such a... I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Hello? Do I know you? I'm sorry. I'm afraid that these days I don't remember things as well as I used to. I have moments where I can see things so clearly, and then... poof. But there have been times where an object reminds me of things, holding an important artifact that reminds me of a person, or an event. That could bring it all back. Can you find these objects for me? One for each triplet. That could bring it all back. Oh, and if you could find the murder weapon that killed the king, I could remember that too. I feel certain of it.
I'm sorry, find what? What were we talking about? Oh, if only I could remember. That platform reminds me. I'm supposed to warn travelers about something. I'm supposed to say something very, very important. Oh well, it's probably fine, and we should all stop worrying about it.
Seeing the ease at which Dicey affected the world, Even was surprised to find herself feeling a little bit frightened of him. How could someone so small and innocent contain so much untamed power? And now, Even suddenly felt like she had the world on her shoulders. Could she solve the mystery of the king's murder?
It's the Count! Ladies and gentlemen, the Count has won the role!
The only thing I can't predict are the rolls of the Queen's dark dice, but everything else I know. Hi there, I'm Tea Time Tootsie. I used to be our late King's master planner. The Nanny Fortuna, of course. When you're this good, it'd be a crime not to share your skills with the world. Literally. Every day I watch the battles and come up with the most thrilling stratagems for the next day. The only thing I can't predict are the rolls of the Queen's dark dice, but everything else I know. Observation, my dear girl, which leads to knowledge. Knowledge, to coin a phrase, is power. I just invented that saying right now. Here, let me give you an example. Every day the dice is rolled, and every day one of the colossuses moves. Everyone noticed. But what everyone else has failed to notice is how the winning Colossus brings most of the robots he commands with it, and that leaves the area behind safer to traverse. Do any of the triples use this information? Perhaps attacking from behind on the day the dice favors them? No, only I see it. By the order of Nanny Fortuna, I am not to work for either of them, although I would be interested in learning more about the triplets for observational purposes only. Tell you what, if you meet them, come back here and describe them to me. There'd be a reward in it for you.
Что? Сейчас такое место, где я раньше был. Принесем у меня только сюда, блядь. Я с ним только что говорил. Ладно.
Life never goes the way you expect, does it? All at the whim. Hey, kid. You want to hear a story? Oh, good. You're showing an old soldier kindness, kid. There's a saying in Freetown, bad luck comes in threes. Well, it was right. I was there in the first battle, the first time the triplets fought, right after the king died. It was savage. The triplets, I didn't hold anything back. It was as fierce and as destructive as the dice maker's own fury. And when it was over, well, that's just it, isn't it? It never ended. We're still fighting those same battles every day. And me, I'm just about out of fight. Life never goes the way you expect, does it? All at the whim of a dice roll. Everyone's looking for someone here. Me? I'm looking for my brother Henry. Lost him somewhere in the Duke's territory, or running away from the machines. I'm sure he's alive, though. I see him in my dreams, though he doesn't see me. Stay safe out there, kid.
Deals here? Get your
Yeah,
deals
mate,
here?
let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
Ага. Кто тут уже оказался? Я могу даже про того, который мне продают карты. И типа вот. И вот он, вот, который продает карты. Просто берут и используют свой местный телепорт. И телепортируется. Даже А, нет, это разное, видимо. Ну, страшно, может быть, или нет. Раз. Он перемещается, это вообще другой вопрос. А, вот, блядь, пожалуйста. Да, это разное. О, сейчас будет битва. Я вижу эти карточки повсюду. Награда. Граф Шмоу третий в своем имени комфортный плюшевый и мягкий защитник. Паранойка графа третьего. Угу. Ясно. И это, блядь. Он же был боссом, блядь. На, блядь. Блядь, сам себе ебал.
Though he thought against Dolph, devil.
Terrific!
Deals here. Get your deals here. War's good for business. Everybody needs something in a war. That means you can jack up your prices like crazy. Oh, why? I mean, jack up the deals on your prices like crazy. Everything must go, kid. I can tell you this much, kid. You'll change your mind. Everyone comes to trade with me eventually. That's the beauty of war, kid. Everybody needs something, and I've got something for everyone. You're darned right I am.
Вы сейчас заметите то, что тут... То, что это не мечи, это могилы. Вот это вот мечи на самом деле. Меня олицетворяют либо могилу, либо... Вот эти вот. Это, наверное, просто мечта торчат. Вот.
Someone has entered your ruined castle, Your Grace.
I swear, it must be my bloody sister, the Baroness, or my fancy pants brother who thinks he's so much better than me, sending their assassins to smother me in my sleep. But this count is awake and ready for you! You hear that, assassins?
Looking to get an invincibility potion, are you? Well, you've come to the wrong place. I've got cards, though.
Look out. I love that guy.
Stay back! You won't take me alive! You won't take me dead either! There's consequences for murdering me. Bad ones. Really, really
Привет.
bad ones.
Привет, Аймкота.
Опять чуть-чуть опоздал.
Ну да, сейчас. Чуть-чуть.
КСТ. Дангу проходил?
Дангу? Это что? Я забыл.
Данганрон.
А. Нет еще. Только я не знаю, когда буду ее проходить. И кто это будет вообще смотреть?
Ну, она довольно долгая.
По-моему, да, она долгая. Насколько я знаю.
Я как раз начинал, но наполовине я забросил. Блин.
У меня 3 части есть. Нет, 4 игры. А да, судя по скриншотам, это вообще не надо читать, там просто бегаешь, что делаешь. Поэтому я не знаю, когда я начну. Ну, пока что Red Dead Redemption, God of War. Блять. Давай, сядь сюда.
Но если читать все диалог, то она, по-моему, по 3 часа дня идет без перерыва. Сейчас посмотрю.
Надо посмотреть, когда на How Long to Beat. Блять, надо сюда встать. Никого не попало, блять. О! Будь короче. Надо будет как-нибудь, не знаю, поставить на каком-нибудь... Блять. После какой-то игры поставить, наверное. Ну это точно не после Red Dead Redemption.
Аниме смотри.
Ну да, только первой части. Первой части я только по первой части знаю, что там будет. Еще до покупки этих игр. Да, ладно. Не так уж и страшно, наверное. Блять.
Вообще в аниме 50%. Всего не рассказал.
Да, ну тем более ничего страшного. Тем более ничего особо страшного. Блять, заебал, ебучий ты копье. Хуй, блять, ебаный, блять, иди туда. Я тебя въебу, блять. Ладно, въебал в вороне. Вот так вот хуярит. На, блять. Что он не меч. Тройка. Пизда тебе. Пизда тебе. Ща въебет. Ща рванет. Блять, а тут сколько нахуй еще будет? Ладно. На, блядь, и все. Минус кувалда. Да, еще мне дохуя игр надо пройти. А еще летом будет паук. А у меня еще другие пауки еще не начаты на прохождение. Еще у меня один, блядь, в библиотеке скин находится. Пока что один.
Письма ему и нету.
Опять что-то включилось, блин. Ну, у тебя провайдер. Хуёвый.
Я КСТ выяснил, почему он так плохо работает.
Да, провайдер хуесос. Или тариф хуёвый. Один, блядь. Ладно.
Ланчалюбус.
Окей. Домой, блядь.
You're here to kill me, aren't you? Want to murder me? Bah! War! Have you ever marched out into a battle, little girl? I don't know. Assassin school? Unlike you, mysterious interloper, I have been in battle. Every day. In my mind. You're being rude. Oh, you're being rude so that I'll think no assassin would draw attention to themselves with such rudeness and then kill me. Kids can be assassins. I've heard of it in stories that may or may not have been based on truth. End it? How can you end it when the Colossus has already moved more than once today? This war is only heating up. What's wrong? Everything!
My bodyguard is dead, the war goes poorly, and then well, and then poorly again. And on top of that, Count Shmoo has been kidnapped.
Аккаунт Шму. Он про игрушку?
Nishka, the only one I could trust besides
Oh.
my father. She disappeared when he was killed, but you're in no shape to replace her, child. She was the whole family's bodyguard. She was great. Or so I thought until she let one of us, not me, kill my father. Of course. Obviously, I would keep track of that. Someone took it. A little bird whispered that it's locked up in the head of the broken colossus that used to be my father's. It should be collecting ashes somewhere in the battlefield. Why? Was someone going to use it to assassinate me? Well, good. War bores me. It's just, oh no, this person died. Oh no, this other person died. Bah! Tell me when I've died and then I'm interested. In avoiding it, obviously. The third of his name, yes. He was stolen from me by the vicious Baroness, my meanie of a sister. Shmoo is like a son to me, and I haven't been able to sleep since he was taken. Do this for me, and I shall give you something. How do you like that? Even if she's alive, that leaves my lands undefended and myself open to assassination. Ha! It'll never happen. So that's the deal. Find my plushie, and I'll give you... Well, I don't know what I've got like that. Oh, but I do have a finger taken from the scene of the crime of my father's murder. 'Tis yours if you recover Shmoo for me. Deal?
The Count was an odd duck. And a paranoid duck, too, come to think of it. But Even was now one step closer to triggering Nishka's memories. And possibly, just possibly, ending this war in Threedom.
Oh, Shmoo! You're back! You lovable little scamp! I should scold you. You had me worried to death. Oh, but I can't stay mad at that face. By the card makers, Count Shmoo III! You're back home with Daddy! You've done good here today, noble child. You've returned my Shmoo to me, which is just about the exact opposite of assassinating me. I'm forever in your debt. And now let me give you this finger. It's yours. I hope that, with it, you can uncover the truth of my father's murder. The crime scene. One of my servants found it there. It's been long since replaced by a battlefield, but go on, take it, carry it with pride.
Я получил палец.
Thor taste for Zoe case dial I guess Jovgaba del full the boy.
О, съебался, блядь.
Friends, citizens, country compatriots, let yourself eat cake, for now arrives the winner of the role, the Duke.
Как это работает, нахуй? Все равно только выпадает, все равно побежит кто-то, блядь. Этих троих рандомно.
Now there's the face of a girl who wants to trade cards, and I got good news for you.
О, там этот чувак, Шадоумен. Да, прикосновение Шадоумена. Вот, да. Ну, кто-то из пролога была. И, наверное, королева есть, там и девочка. Их маска похожа. И тем более, если не так, то смысл тогда этой сцены из пролога.
Poor Even. You still don't know how to say what you want. Hello, Even. You're not asking the right questions. You're still not asking the right questions. But I wonder if you can help me, Even. My sisters. The children of the king aren't the only triplets in Threedom. In the middle of this war, my twins disappeared, and like you, I feel like a part of me is missing. Can you find them for me? That's not important. You'll know them when you see them. After all, you knew me. If you find them, tell them to meet me at the safe spot, over by the sword bridges. Find us there once we're all gathered, and I will have something for you. You'll find us among the teapots, in the trenches, and under the ground. I hope to see you again, Even.
И исчезла. А, с двух сторон стоят. Блять, принялся на Battlefield, но там по той стороне стоит твой брат-близнец, который продолжает будь сюда же. Для этих как я. И чё там, блять, ограждаете? Коридор, блять. Battlefield тут, блять, алё, нахуй. Совсем ёбнулся, блять, ты ведровая башка. Нельзя на поле битвы блять, здесь, нахуй.
Sir, 1,000 apologies, sir, but your mid-afternoon cake was burnt in the chef's oven.
A cake flambe? Oh, how delightfully decadent. I'll take the whole thing.
But sire, it's burned to a crisp.
Ooh, a new flavor I haven't experienced for years. What an amusing diversion. Have chef serve it to me at dinner, and if he refuses, kill him. And then yourself.
Yes, sir.
The Duke certainly lived in style. Oh, it was all a show. And the horrors of war did sometimes bleed through the artifice the Duke had constructed. But if he ever noticed it, he certainly never let it show.
You don't fit in here, my dear. Oh, I most certainly will not. Anything to break up the tedium of war and these endless parties. Why, you may be our only hope, dear. Oh, my brother Arthur. You remind me of him. He was a soldier, and I see the same determination in your eyes, child. Oh, I do wonder what's become of him. Well, dear, aren't you a ray of sunshine on a rainy day? My only brother, still out there? Thank you. You've raised this old fool's spirits.
А, награду дали. Карта, которую говорит, уже есть. 1. Да, типа от 1 до 3. Вот, 2, потом 3, потом 1. Ой, и разбежались.
Hut, recruits, for the Baroness has won the roll. All hail her rule and her rules.
You may approach. No. This simply will not do. That is not how you greet a duke, child. Leave, and return only when you can greet me properly. You may approach. What? You make a demand before a proper introduction? No. I shall not speak to such impertinence. Leave, and return only when you can greet me properly.
Бля, он охуел, блядь. А, ебать.
Hello, darling. You're a long way from home, aren't you? Poor dear. Well, I hope you find what you're looking for. Run along now. Hello, darling. You're a long way from home. No, darling. That's not how you address a superior. In this kingdom, whenever you meet someone of a higher station, you must always begin by saying, "Begging your forgiveness, sir or madam." There you go, darling. Now go on, run along.
Well, I never. Look at you. You're the spitting image of an unskilled laborer. Perhaps a chimney sweep? Child, no. You simply can't address people this way. You must always use their titles. For
Какие
example,
мы, блядь,
I am to
гордые.
be addressed as my most esteemed lady, and the Duke is your Imperial Majesty, rightful Lord of Freedom. Without the right titles, none of us can possibly be expected to respond to you. It's a simple matter of respect. You're very welcome, little lady.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, child. Look at you,
Хотя тут все
child.
нахуй
Why, you might as
одинаковые.
well be dressed in rags. Who are you? And what brings you here? Oh no, child. That is not how you introduce yourself in conversation. You must always curtsy first. Oh no, heavens no. You want just a slight bob at the end, child. It's always so unseemly when a lady goes down too far and then snaps her head up like a drinking bird. Here,
Будет
like
джетбокс.
this.
Да. Блядь, через 3 минуты он должен быть. Ща доиграю и включу джекбокс.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, yes. Perfectly wonderful. Now, what did you want to discuss? Oh, heavens, yes, I could. However, I won't. I'm much too important to be a schoolmaid to some roustabout.
Джекбокс будет.
You may approach. Yes. So. Oh. Well now. Finally some respect around here. Well met, Lady Eve. What brings you to the company of the Duke, the one and only rightful ruler of freedom today? Our old bodyguard. Oh, heavens, what is there left to say? She protected us until she didn't. And my dear father paid the price. I haven't heard from her since. She's dead and gone, I suppose. Oh, good for her. I should send her a cake. Only we haven't one to spare, you understand. But no, I couldn't possibly leave the castle. The horrors of war wait outside, child, and I can't have my people remembering them. No, out of the question. I have only your word that she's even alive, and we've just become acquainted. Then again. All right, I, in my infinite wisdom and appetites, have decided to do you a favor. I will give you something of extreme value if you will in turn do me a favor first. There is a portrait of me here. Certainly, you've noticed my beauty, my handsomeness, my regal demeanor. I am there with my father, his favored child. However, part of the painting is missing. When we split our lands after my father died, the Count took control over the old royal nostalgia. I'm sure the second half is there, and it proves that I was father's favorite. Return with it to me, and you shall be rewarded. Well, I didn't kill him, if that's what you're asking. I found him dead, with the murder weapon still sticking out of him. Oh, you know how things grow legs and walk off sometimes. Metaphorically speaking. I think one of my lovely spies told me someone locked it up on Father's robot's head. Giant, beastly thing. I'm afraid that robot is long gone. Probably turned to scrap by now.
Так, заканчивать пора. Пора заканчивать.